Hello, Warrior Under God here, and I wanted to make a response to a particular comment on one of my videos. I made a video the other day called Drugs and Gay Marriage, and I got a comment, and I felt the need to respond to it. The comment was by a guy, his name was Vicky616, and I assume that's some kind of satanic reference. In it, he says, if I can close this down for a sec, he says, "You don't know much about marijuana, let alone the arguments for legalization. Do some research." He then goes on to make some claims that marijuana is harmless in less driving. Now, I do agree that it is certainly more harmful to drive intoxicated by marijuana than to be under the influence of it, because you're potentially harming other people. But I still believe it is dangerous and that other people shouldn't do it. Another thing is, he says right here, marijuana calms you down. It doesn't enrage you like alcohol. Now, this coincides with some it goes against, I'm sorry, with some other information I've been told, and I'll touch on that more in a minute. But alcohol, I don't know if it, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't enrage you. I think it gets you drunk. I seem to recall it being drunk. I don't know. I'm not the expert, but let me tell you what I do know about marijuana, and you can place the facts however you prefer. A lot of what I know about it is from my youth pastor in my church. And he told us straight out one day, he said he had experimented with a lot of different drugs in his time. He said that none were more damaging, ultimately, in the long run, than marijuana. Said that while drugs like heroin, meth, and coke are more addictive than it, and cocaine just a little bit more addictive than it, marijuana is ultimately the most destructive. He said the reason for that was because while it didn't absolutely destroy and ravage your body like the other ones did, it ravaged you in a different way. It was like rotting you from the inside out, if that makes any sense. He said that he just felt empty after he'd go on these smoking binges, more so than when he'd done heroin or just gone on long bouts of doing LSD or all these awful things. I mean, the idea of injecting acid alone, like pure battery acid, to get high is just disturbing, to say the least. But those are the pits he had reached until he found God. And I urge everyone out there who is getting high to try and find Jesus, because that's the only way it's really going to save you. That's the true high right there. No drug's ever going to get you any higher. No drug dealer can push anything that's more powerful than what Jesus is offering to you. And he had apparently reached some depths with this, and marijuana ruined his life. Thankfully, he found God at the right time, and Jesus was able to lift him back up. But it's some dangerous stuff, and it's a dangerous world out there, and I just hate to see more people caught in the crossfires of this. Forgive me for saying, but this hell on earth. I hope I didn't offend anyone saying that, but it's true. Drugs really are a hell on earth. I can't imagine anything worse. Really, I mean, getting in a car accident or something like that, while it's a very I couldn't imagine that experience either, because I've never been in one, but while it's a bad experience, it's immediate. It's done like that. Drugs eat you up over time. I don't know. But I just feel that a lot of the facts are being, you know, misleading, you know? And that more and more people are being tricked into these dangerous addictions. I mean, why would anyone do it if they knew what was going to happen to them? That's why you see so many people going around smoking marijuana and smoking mushrooms or whatever, you know? I don't know. I think that's all I can say for it right now. If I think of anything else, I think I'll make another video on drugs and drug abuse, why it's something that should be avoided at all costs, and why Jesus is the only real worthwhile thing that's gonna elevate you, you know. Yeah, I don't know, I'm done there, but you know, just you look at the real hard, non-biased facts, pray about it, and get back to me. And I hope you make a choice that benefits you, and you know, just brings praise to God. And I guess that's all I have to say on that. Well, I'm done for now, and I'll see you around.